Welcome, everybody, to Friday night edition of Catfish Weekly, along with Alex Nagy and Tim Berger. I'm Lyle Stokes, and we're going to talk about a special edition Catfish Tournament, December 8th. Alex and Tim have got something put together. Welcome, guys, to the show. I want you guys to tell us all about what you got happening as you put together a tournament between both of your tournament series. Alex, what do you got going?
You know, it's funny. It all started. It's probably been about a month, and a guy called me, actually Spencer Shannon, and he's like, "Man, I'd like to see a tournament on the Missouri River this winter, and I'd throw some money at it." So I thought about it, and I just finished up my 12th tournament for the year. I'm like, So I called Tim, and me and Tim talked a little bit. I thought, you know what, let's do something together, and we talked, and in just a few short weeks, we really put something together, kind of branded it with the name of the first annual reindeer games / catfish games. So it's something that's really growed quick. And our first time we went live, I think, Tim, was it like 17 teams that registered.
Mm-hmm.
So that was awesome. So what do you got to add, Tim?
Yeah, so that's the thing is, for us, getting I'm sure he's the same way. In the last couple of years, the guys asked me, hey, can we have a late tournament? Can we have something in the late season? And we would tell them, if the weather's nice, we'll do it. Last year, there was a lot of guys getting qualified or wanting to get qualified for the national championship. So we had a very late postseason tournament. We planned on having another postseason one this time. And when he called, it was a no-brainer for us. The guys want to do it. We're all game for it. So we went and did it. And it came together. So we wanted to measure enthusiasm. And so we came up with the concept of, hey, here's our target point for an entry. And we're going to say, pay this $50 as a placeholder, and then pay the rest when you show up. So it's not half the fee. It's not 100% of the fee for a tournament entry. Just $50 is your placeholder. And we mentioned that on the live stream, and all of a sudden it started going in. We got the first person making their placeholder reservation on PayPal, and then it was like 3 or 4. And then I just, while we were talking, I said, "What's the count out now?" And I said, it's at 6. And then it was at 10. And then it was 12 and 16, 17. These guys started running with it. So, and now we're at 30, and and that's 3-man teams. 3-person teams, so there's some enthusiasm for this. So we're going to keep going with it.
Well, I was watching that night, and I was thoroughly impressed that people started jumping on that, because let's face it, in December in Missouri, you have no idea what the weather's going to be. We're talking 3 weeks from today. Now, today at my house, it was in the 50s, and that's pretty nice weather. But 3 weeks from today, there's no telling what it's going to be like. It could be 60s, it could be 40s, it could be lots colder. Yeah, but we're hoping for the best. And if it was a day like today in the Lexington area, there could be some outstanding fish caught up there, because there's some great fishing in that area. Yeah, and people will be going long distances. A lot of people will be fishing right in that area. And if it's 50 degrees, it'll be bait easily caught. Some guys will go to some of the lakes around and catch shad, and some people will be fishing with skipjack, but there'll be a lot of fish caught if the weather's decent. And even if the weather's cold, there's some guys that'll be fishing up there that'll put some dandy fish in the boat on that Missouri River.
Yeah, there is. And the bait's a good thing. Is people start asking us that night about bait, and we know how it all is. People are going to be throwing for bait, in the ponds, lakes, wherever in the region. But Gerald Judy and GNR Bait, they're like, "Hey, we got bait. We'll bring some." And so he's got skipjack, he's got shad sides in there, or shad. And we found a place today, and they've got, if anyone wants live bait, there's a place locally that will post all that stuff out there. They'll have live bait if people don't have time to go get it themselves. So guys from out of state, they're going to have lots of opportunities for different baits available, and we'll put them in contact with the guys to get it. So they're out of state. They have nothing to worry about.
Well, not to change the subject or anything, and I want you guys to tell everybody about everything that's going on, but with just me in here and you guys, we're all going to try to help watch the chat a little bit. Paul Bird would like to know what the river is like in this area, and I'm going to try to stay on as many of these questions as I can, and I'm not going to pretend to be able to see them all. So if we miss some of these questions, you guys just going to have to keep posting them up here, because I'm missing Cindy and I'm missing Doc, and we're going to try to catch as many of these questions as we can. So Tim, you're probably as close to that area as anybody, and why don't you try to catch that question while we're seeing it?
Yeah, so I don't see I got the chat open, but I don't see any messages in there, so that's odd.
Yeah, well, like I say, Paul wants to know what the river's like in that area.
Well, the river's good. We made a little live stream on our page on All American Catfish today, showing the actual river and how wide it is. There's some wing dikes in the area. The fish are big in that area, and they can look at our last Lexington tournament of some of those weigh-ins there. And there were some nice, huge fish, 60, 70-pound fish weighed in out there. It went pretty well. I mean, so there's some nice fish, like the wing dikes.
A lot of structure in there.
A lot of good structure out there. A lot of flooded structure. Outside bends, inside bends got structure on them. There's flats. There's the scour holes. It's pretty diverse. There's you can do your searching for fish out there and you'll find them. And you got access up and down river, right? So you can go different. You switch it up pretty quick. It's good all the way around. And we like that area, and the anglers all like that area. And if they have questions specifically of something they're looking for, they can post it on our pages, and somebody will answer. These guys are very forthcoming about that area, that region.
A lot of channel swings up in that area.
Yeah.
Okay, and heavy current depends on how high up and down the river is too. But there's plenty of current in that Missouri River most all the time.
Yeah. So let me look at this chat here.
So Alex, with people already entered in there, what kind of numbers are you looking at as far as people entered in the tournament by the time tournament day comes around?
So we're at 30 teams, and that's that was off pretty quick, and then we're gonna hit it hard again. Like, we've got some added money. We're up to $1,750 for added money. But, I'd like to set a goal at 60 boats for the first year. Granted, I think the weather has a lot to play in that. But just like you said, it could be, sunny and 70, or it could be 10 degrees and, snowing. So
right.
We're just going to hope for the best, hope for good weather, and some great fishing. But I'm really excited, especially we've already a lot of great anglers signed up from both me and Tim's trails. It's going to kind of bring people together. So it'll be kind of exciting, a lot of new faces. We're going to have a get-together the night before, possibly a Calcutta, if things work out. And it's going to be fun. I'm really pumped up.
I am too, and I've been contacted by some people from out of state, and I know there's boats coming from as far as Texas. So I think that you're gonna, if the weather is at all decent, you're gonna have a big crowd.
Yeah, I think
I'm
you're right.
awesome.
So one of the questions was, is there barge traffic there? And just up from the boat ramp, there's a barge anchored out there, an old one. There is barge traffic, not a lot right now. And it's wide enough, if someone's not used to it, they can get clearly out of the way. It's a daytime event. So you guys will see them coming, and you can stay out of the way of them, no problem.
Yeah, the Missouri River hasn't had a ton of barge traffic on it in several years. Not like it used to have. It's not that it don't have barge traffic, but back years and years ago when I fished it, tons and tons, there used to be quite a bit of barge traffic, but it doesn't have near the barge traffic it used to have on it. Whether that'll ever come back or not remains to be seen, but they don't even maintain the dikes like they used to because it doesn't have the barge traffic that it once had.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's still a lot of dredging going on it, but it just doesn't have the traffic that it once did. And there always is. There's Jerry Ishcomer. He's Jerry. Are you still coming up from Texas? we're looking forward to seeing you and your family come up and fish the Missouri River.
Hey, Jerry.
So yeah, it'd be interesting to see how many of these people from out of state come to see. You know, we've been trying for years to get people from out of state to fish the Missouri River because the Missouri River, since they quit commercial fishing Missouri River in our area, the Missouri River holds some giant catfish, and people are afraid of it. And one of the things, you cannot get out of state people to fish the Missouri River at night. They will not do it. So for everybody that wants to fish the Missouri River, this is the perfect time to fish it for big fish. Winter time, the fish are hungry, they're feeding up, and if you want a chance to fish the Missouri River, this is your chance. The river should be at a reasonable depth. It shouldn't be it shouldn't be in flood type conditions. And if you want to get in there to catch some giant fish, this ought to be your time.
Yeah, go ahead, Tim.
No, I agree with that. Go ahead. Okay, I'll say what I got to say in a minute.
No, I was just going to say that, Lyle, since I've taken Twisted Cat over from you 4 years ago now, I always look forward to, Columbia Bottoms or the Missouri River in general, where, that time of year, cold water conditions always, has a really good weigh in. And I know I think you probably have the record for that a little bit before I got involved. But I know my first, couple tournaments, it was almost 200 pounds and 3 fish. A lot of people think that we're weighing 5 fish, but, a lot of those tournaments down there that I'm doing 3 fish limits and we're hitting almost 200 pounds.
Right.
And that's incredible.
So that's exactly right. Now, there was a question that just flew by here. Is there a slot limit? To my knowledge, you guys are weighing how many fish?
5 fish, no slot limit. The date we're at, they're seeing that Carl's got a question. The captain's meeting will be that morning. We'll try to have a get together the night before, and we'll go over that in a second. But it's December 8th in Lexington, Missouri, and 5 fish limit, 3-person teams. As far as we'll do our safety briefing and captain's meeting in the mornings there. We'll get all the times posted in our events pages. So Twisted Cat Outdoors event page and All American Catfish Tournaments event page, we will be mirroring the information there. So what you see on one will be on the other. Alex and I talk every single day. One of the things we're trying to do is have a get-together the night before at one of the locations there. And I've got some pictures of it today, and I'll get them to Alex so we can both post them together. But there's a location there, a bar where we can have a get-together. They're used to having get-togethers there for events within the city. It's about 2 minutes from the boat ramp. So that's not necessarily a captain's meeting, but it's definitely a spot where we all get together that night before and have a good time. Or as Alex likes to say, a jolly good time.
Jolly good time, yeah.
All right. That's awesome, man. And you guys have got motels and everything lined up at a very reasonable rate up there near the ramp.
Yeah. So Uzi made a bunch of phone calls to this hotel to iron out the fee, and we'll save the backstory on that. But bottom line is, let me pull it up real quick. Currently on their website, it's the Hotel Lexi Hill, and it's on our pages, and there's pictures of the rooms. This hotel was occupied by a different owner at one point. New owners about a year ago took it over, and they started renovating the hotel. So an example, non-smoking king, single king-size bed is on their site for $44.99. And then you got your fees on there. I got 2 of those rooms today. I think after all the taxes and everything else, we were looking at like $56 maybe for the rooms, all on the first floor. We explained to them that there's a lot of boats and trailers that are going to be in the parking lot because it's as soon as you pull into town, you see Lexi Hill Hotel right there off to the left. And I said, is it okay if these boats get up on the grass there? And they're like, no, park anywhere you can get it to fit. and it's wide open all the way around the hotel. Wide open parking, so you could drive all the way around the hotel if you need to. You're not going to have to fight, making 20-point turns to turn around things. If you can back your trailer up on the grass and keep it out of the way, you're going to be fine. For the guys that don't like to climb stairs, all the hotel rooms that'll be available to us will be on the first floor. So we'd be parking a lot of times really close to your room. It's pretty good.
It is. I see a question has popped up that has caught my eye. And Sonny Parker says he would like to know if you're going to be in your Santa suit, Tim.
You're going to have to wait and see, but I can tell you this right now. I have been doing some shopping. Sonny?
Carl Wells would like to know, is there any RV campgrounds nearby?
I'll have to look at it. For Lexington, you probably just have to Google like I do.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a spot when I had a tournament a couple years ago there. I'm not sure that time of year, but we'll check into that. That's a good question.
Does the motel have outlets for plug-in the boats?
They didn't have any in the parking lot. Like I said, it is being renovated. And as of today, they were putting these light posts all around the perimeter of it. And so there's still a little bit of construction going on. I just did a search for the campgrounds there. And it's got like 3 RV parks in the region, not too far from there. So we'll hone that in for you a little bit.
As far as if they have plenty of parking up there, and people need to plug their boats in, I can't imagine using too much trolling motor that time of the year. But if you're worried about that, a few people could bring generators, and one generator like mine will take care of 6 or 8 boats. It's not an issue.
Yeah, I think we'll be able to get several boats plugged in, and I think some of the guys with generators too is going to help. So, yeah, I don't know that many people need to plug their boats in. I don't know how many people will be using their trolling motors that much December 8th, but you never know.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You don't know, and I have a feeling that I don't see too many people bumping or drifting or anything, but you never know.
We have quite a few guys that bump in our series.
Carl Moore says that's the way he fishes year-round, so there may be some people trying it.
Yeah, well, I'm sure we will have some guys bump in, and a lot of those guys have their generators. And
yep. Yep. Dieter Melhorn, are you coming to Missouri to fish this tournament? You should. I see no reason why you can't drive out here and fish this.
Yeah, Dieter, you should. I tried to entice Dieter to come in June, the end of June this year, to do some St. Louis, Missouri fishing, but I couldn't get him over here. So
no, he's a busy deer hunting right now.
I
know.
Yeah, what questions did everyone have? We're looking here. There's big fish there, and we do. If you look on All American Catfish page, and I'm sure Alex got the same way. You look at, we have on our photo side photo albums based on the locations of our tournaments. So you can look at Lexington's pictures and the weigh-ins, and you can see, you get a glimpse of the fish that are being pulled from that area, and they're nice. There's some nice fish in that area.
Oh yeah,
they're very active. The water temperature is dropping, or it has dropped since then. I think there's going to be some monsters hauled in. I do.
I do too. I do too. I think it'll be a fun time. I think everybody's going to have a great time, and there'll be a lot of great fish caught. And that's why we want to do it. That's why everybody wants to fish there. And that area has really jumped in the last 10 years on the quality of fish that's been caught up there. Yeah. So it'll be outstanding.
I think a lot of people will catch PB too. I think some people that are traveling. This is some big fish water. So
yeah,
you can and you can win it. This is kind of anybody's game this time of year. Anybody can catch a nice fish. So
oh yeah, absolutely. And like I say, it's the Missouri River. It's always got plenty of current in it. And this is probably one of the times of the year that it's not going to be raging like it like it has been. So
Yeah.
It ought to be great to have a good anchor. If you're going to anchor fish, have one that'll hold, and you should be gold.
Yeah, I think so. And you're not going to have to worry about recreational guys out there. We were out there for quite a bit today, watching that river and checking out the ramp, and I didn't see anything floating down. Like earlier in the year when it was raging, there'd be line trash coming down and twigs and branches, poles, or whatever, float down. We didn't see any of it, not a thing. Look, and you can look at the live feed from earlier, and it looked clean. And the parking lot was dry. There was no mud holes. Now the grass area, there's some squishy spots, but if the weather holds up, it'll be just fine. Parking's not going to be a problem. We'll have coffee and stuff for you guys when you get there that morning, and should be good.
Well, hell, if you're going to have coffee and stuff in there, maybe I'll just sit there at the ramp with you and drink coffee.
There you go. Once everyone leaves and really make that coffee good.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, that sounds like, especially if it's going to be cold.
Yeah, and cocoa for the kids. So it's not, it's not just coffee for everybody. There will be cocoa for the kids. We normally have all that stuff, so we'll have it out there for everybody.
Heck yeah. Paul Bird says he's off that weekend. He might have to make the trip. Paul, you won't be disappointed. I promise you. The fish will be biting. All you got to do is bring your bait and come on. Let's go.
Yeah.
It's going to be a great time. There's going to be a bunch of people there. I think that Alex's 60 boat theory is probably going to be tested. I look for there to be more than that. I might be wrong. If it turns off and it's 30 degrees, but like guys like Jason Mathena, 30 degrees, he probably ain't even going to put a coat on. Right. Jason and Jason will be there. All them guys like that are going to be there. And Jason, 30 degrees don't even like I say, he ain't even going to put a coat on at 30 degrees. So date and location again, Dieter says. Help us out, boys.
Yeah. So date.
Go ahead.
December 8th, Lexington, Missouri. That's the west side of Missouri. And like me and Tim have been talking about, this tournament is going to, I'm looking forward to this tournament because it's going to just be fun. We've already got 30 teams signed up, and we're looking to have, we got a great hotel, great amenities. We're going to get together the night before, do a Calcutta. For some of you guys that have not heard or done a Calcutta, that is just awesome. I mean, anybody that's been involved in a Calcutta, really enjoys that. Kind of helps beef the pot up. But just everybody getting together in December, the night before some good fishing. I'm just really excited, and especially to do this with Tim. Me and Tim are kind of rivals in a way, but we work together, which really helps us out in both of our trails. So I'm glad that Tim's working, with me. And like I said, putting on a tournament with him is going to be really fun. We're both going to be on the mic. He's going to probably be dressed like Santa Claus. I mean, I don't know. It's going to be fun, I promise. So don't miss it.
I might be a sexy elf. I mean, who knows?
sexy elf.
That's a good one.
On big fish, we're going to settle it by a dance off. I mean, we'll just.
Oh my God! Here we go. Oh man! Not to interrupt you guys, but Jason Huggins says that Jason Mathena is getting up there in age, and his Bigfoot fur is thinning out, so he might have to put a jacket on. Dieter says the Calcutta, wow, that's a well put together event, and it sounds like it's a great event before it gets bitter cold. And you're right, Dieter, it will be. It'll be a lot of fun. These two guys both run excellent tournaments, and together they will have one of the most fun events that you'll ever be out, and it'll have a pretty good payout. They've got added money, so it's going to be a ton of fun. Man, if you ever want to come to Missouri, Dieter, and I've invited you a bunch of times, so this would be a good time for you to mosey on over.
Yeah, this is definitely it, Dieter, for sure. We'd love to have you come over here. I know it's a trip, but it'll be fun.
And I think the guys haven't fished this region. I think this tournament has a really good chance because not a whole lot's going on, so it doesn't get lost in the mix. It's going to put it on the map. I think the weigh-in's going to be big enough for people going to realize there is an excellent fishery in this region. There's a lot of options for them, and I think that's what this is going to show. So Yeah, Eric Deary's asking about the Calcutta. Alex, you want to go through the Calcutta?
So, and Lau can kind of, agree with me. He's been there and seen it and done it before my time. But, the Calcutta, my first one that I did was 2 years ago in Brunswick, Missouri. And the way we do it is, so if there's 50 teams show up or 50 teams signed up on Friday night, I'm not going to watch the chat because I know there's some funny stuff in there. But so Friday night before the tournament, we're going to do the Calcutta. So you don't have to be signed up. You can, when you come Saturday morning or you want to come in Saturday morning, that's fine. You just won't be involved in the Calcutta. So we got 50 teams, and let's say Lyle's boat or team won. So we're going to bid Lyle's team. We'll start them at $10, and then whoever buys Lyle's team, and in most cases it'll be Lyle, or you want to really buy yourself. If Lyle wins that tournament, he gets if you buy the team you buy, you get 80% of, and then the whoever wins the tournament gets 20% of that pot. So if you buy yourself, you get 100%. So an example, in Brunswick, I think we had around 65 boats for the Calcutta 2 years ago, and we raised $8,600. That's a lot of money that we added to the pot. So that first place team didn't buy themselves because I think they went for like $360, but they still got 20% of that $8,600. So that's cool. But if they would have bought themselves, they would have got $8,600 on top of the like $6,600 they already won for first place.
That's correct.
So you can do the math. I mean, the money, it really, especially the night before when you get all these people coming together, and you put a good Calcutta together, you can raise a lot of money, and it just helps with the payout. So, and it's not just for, not the anglers don't have to buy each other. There's going to be some spectators there. So, even me and Tim might buy some people. So I have my eye on a few teams that I'm going to probably try to buy, but there'd be some teams go for quite a bit of money, especially some of the teams I've already seen signed up and some of the people that have talked about coming. So the Calcutta will, with the participation we already have, will definitely happen, and that'll be Friday night. But like I said, if you're not entered, then you won't be in the Calcutta. So if somebody that's not in the Calcutta wins the tournament, then and they're not in the Calcutta, then we'll go to the next person. So whoever places the highest in the Calcutta is who we're going to pay out. Does that kind of make sense, Lyle? Did I kind of explain that?
Pretty good, yeah. If you sign up after the Calcutta's been done and you win it, then the next person down actually gets the Calcutta money. But you can buy yourself, and you don't have to split it with nobody. But if somebody else buys, say I want to buy myself, and I don't want to pay. Our team goes for $120, and I'm not going to pay $120, and I don't get all the money. I have to split it with them, and that's the way it works. But sometimes we have had really hard pre-fishing times and don't do very well pre-fishing, and I don't feel good about spending a bunch of money, and somebody wants to buy us a lot worse than I want to buy our team, and I think, man, I'm just not going to pay that much to pay for us, and then we do really good, and I think, damn, I should have done it, and other times I think, man, them guys shouldn't have done that because we're not in the fish, so. It's a lot of fun, and it's a good way if you happen to hit a lick in a tournament. It's a good way to get a bunch of extra money. It's fun. It really is. I'll never forget Brunswick. They used to have the greatest participation in them Calcuttas. They'd shut a street down, and people would fill that street, and it was just absolutely a blast. And that's what this will be, and I'm sure everybody will enjoy it very much.
Yeah.
I always give Cody a hard time because Cody didn't buy himself.
Right.
He almost did, and somebody outbid him.
Yep.
So every once in a while when I'm on the phone with him, I always tell him, man, you could have won. So
yeah, it'll be a lot of fun.
Questions.
Dieter said if he leaves in the morning, he can be here on time. Well, if that's the case, you must be riding a snail, man.
So a lot of guys that joined late and are asking questions. A question was brought up on bait earlier, and GNR Bait's going to have skipjacks and shad there. There's another location down the road, and we'll post it on our pages. They have live bait also. We have a a tackle sponsor that's going to be coming out and fishing this. So Macy's Fishing Fine. Where are they at?
Chula.
Here. And they got great prices on stuff. A lot of teams have already started placing their orders on things. And so they're going to be, when they show up to that weekend, they'll be having everyone's products with them and stuff like that, hooks, swivels, reels. So they have the new pen pads. So guys come from out of state, you know, a lot of your concerns of how to get bait or where do we get equipment out in the middle of nowhere, we've thought that through. And a lot of our sponsors are prepared, and they show up to our tournaments with this stuff. So they're already prepared to come and bring it for you guys and be available and put that at ease, put that aside where you don't have to worry about it. It's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to Calcutta. I'm looking forward to seeing everyone Friday. A lot of the guys out on the east side of Missouri and Illinois that we don't know, we see them from time to time, or only see them once a year or so. Get to hang out with them, and then have a good, solid, fun competition the next day, and we'll have the sexy Santa contest or something. It'll be fun.
It will be. It's going to be a blast. And what else are you going to be doing on the 1st of December? I mean, you know, Christmas shopping. Well, who wants to do that?
Go win some money, then go Christmas shopping.
If you win the money, you can afford to go Christmas shopping.
Yeah. And we're still working it. We're still trying to get some added money for you guys. Where there's some things we're still working on. We haven't even mentioned yet, and we won't until we get them solid. But the hotel room is, like I said, still getting renovated. They're going to be, by the time the event comes, by the end of this month, there's going to be 30. I think they said 30 additional rooms renovated. So it's going to be nice. It's an older town. The Battle of Lexington, the battlefield is right around from the boat ramp. There's shops around there. We drove around today and kind of looked at it. If your family comes with you, there's all kinds of little restaurants. We're talking to a restaurant right now for people, try to get them something. There's ice cream places. There's a movie theater right there. All of that's within 2 or 3 minutes, maybe 2 or 3 minutes from the boat ramp, probably less than that. It's at the top of the hill and across the street, so there's things to do. So if someone comes with you and they're not fishing, they're just hanging out, there's things to do in that town. There is.
Yes, it is. It's a great area. And like we was talking earlier in the show, that area is known to catch big catfish, big blues. And there's a lot of flatheads in there, but that time of the year, that's going to be hit and miss on the flatheads.
Yeah, and they can, like I said, on our page, on All American Catfish Tournaments, under the Lexington album, you'll see the weigh-ins there. And there's was it Dale Smith, him and his wife caught a really nice, the Macy's Fish Find, the Stovers there. I think his fish was 69 pounds, 68, 69 pounds. He's 13 years old. He hauled in that fish. So there's been some nice fish in that area in the last few tournaments. It's just great.
Yep. And I've not met those folks, but I understand they're very nice. And I know that they do a lot for you guys. So why not support them and get down there and get your stuff? And I know Gerald, Judy, and them, they've been doing a lot of sponsoring of stuff for years and years to your tournament. So all good deals. But now I would advise that if you're coming from a long distance and you want skipjack, get a hold of these folks, either place, and tell them, hey, I'm going to be there and I want bait. And what do I got to do to make sure I'm going to have it?
Yeah.
I would be doing that right now or within the next couple of days because it's winter time. And if you want to make sure you got bait, make sure that it's going to be there. Pay for it in advance. Do whatever you got to do.
Yep.
Because the last thing you want to do is get down here and them guys say, well, you didn't confirm or you didn't do this or you didn't do that. Make sure you're going to have bait when you get here.
So, and Gerald's a bulldog and Rhonda's a bulldog when they come to that stuff. You tell them you need something, they hold on to it for you. It was Alex's tournament. We went out and fished it, and I just kind of alluded to I probably needed a bag of ice. It was the very last bag of ice, and he was guarding it. And just because we said we would have it, we showed up there, and he messaged me and goes, hey, we got your ice right here. Come get it.
Yeah.
So, they watch out for you. Get a hold of them ahead of time. GNR Bait. Oh, shoot, there it is. GNR Bait here, Gerald, Judy, and Rhonda and Vig, and get hooked up on your bait.
Yep.
It's there.
That's what you got to do. And I mean, like I say, this time of the year, you need to get your name in the hat right now, because we're talking about 3 weeks. That's 3 weeks. Any way you cut it, and you want to make sure that it's there. So, but the fishing's going to be great as long as the cold front don't move through and cause a bunch of issues like it did at Winter Blues last year. And you don't know, but I don't anticipate it being that bad. I think it'll be fun. I think the sun will be shining. That's what I'm hoping for anyhow. It's going to be a great day. Everybody's going to have a lot of fun, and it'll be a blast.
And if the weather's odd, we'll give it 20 minutes. See what happens.
It's Missouri. I mean, it's not going to be that. Whatever it is, it won't be that way all night. So, we'll see.
So, we each have events set up for Facebook events. We are posting the details there. You can see the pre-registered teams. There's no late fee. $50 for everyone who just joined. $50 will hold your launch order spots, and then you pay the rest when you show up. So our PayPal is aacatfish@outlook.com. It's on our allamericancatfish.com webpage. You can go there and click on it and get your pre-registration in there. We'll keep it updated. Alex shoot for 60 boats, and this is annual. This is not, going to just be a one-time deal, and we're going to keep doing it, and this is like he alludes to in the title, the first annual, inaugural, whatever you want, first annual, those what we called it. I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to grow. I think once all these guys come out of state and they fish this region, the secret will be out, and they're going to be back. They are going to be back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
and it's great. It's a great time of the year to catch good big fish. So I just think it'll be a lot of fun, and everybody's going to have a blast. And it may be a little nippy, and it may not. We've had 70-degree weather in December before, so that's not unheard of. Now, whether it's going to happen this year or not, we'll see. So
it seemed like that every time I went pheasant hunting, it would be 65, 70 degrees out. I'm like, God dang it.
Yeah, and it may be 30, but 30 degrees. If you dress for it and the wind ain't blowing too bad, it won't be too bad.
Yep, I think you're right. So
Sonny Parker says if it snows and he catches a personal best, he'll do a snow angel. Well, what's he going to do if there's no snow? Be a sand angel?
So, we
get gravel angel out in the gravel.
There's some gravel
there. Cliff, we're talking about, that's the plan as of now. Is we're going to try to fish if everything goes right. We're going to fish it.
How about you, Cliff? You going to make the trip over? I know you got that new Sea Arc River Cat last year you bought.
Yes, it does, Dwayne. You're correct. The windshield makes all the difference.
Dwayne, I seen a picture. Dwayne, what did you pick up today? Was that today you got that, or last night? You got himself another boat. He's got a boat parking lot in front of his house.
I was going to say, is that his? Is he got another boat, or is he got selling boats or what? Because I don't even know how you get in his parking lot.
He got an Alumacraft. Got an Alumacraft. Last I seen, looked really nice too.
Look good. He's loving his windshield. He's got that big platform. Awesome. So, guys, look at our sites. Each site should mirror itself of the event. We'll keep you updated. The bait will be there. We're going to have hot coffee for you guys. We have 2 big, giant coffee pots. We have another pot there for cocoa. If you don't drink coffee and the kids don't drink coffee. Alex, you want to go through that count real quick, or the rundown that you had?
Oh, the rules and stuff, or everything? What?
Yeah,
rules?
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
So everybody that's joining in, $50 to pre-register, and then $100 at the tournament, or you can still, come that morning and pay the full $150, and then the night before you can pay too also. So we're at 30 teams so far signed up. It's going to be, 1 to 3 man teams. And if you have a capacity of 8 and you want, you got some kids under 16 that want to join, we're good with that. You want to add anything on that, Tim, on the anglers?
Yeah. So this is new. So both of our tournament series have a different variation on the rules. So this is our first time for bringing our tournament series together. And one thing we do is we allow, if you're in my series, if you will have the boat capacity, and we count, if you have a 5-person capacity boat, we count your tournament live well as 1 person. So that means you could have 4 other people in the boat. So you and your co-angler are out there fishing, but you have 2 kids under the 15 years old or younger that want to fish with you. We encourage you to take them out on the water with you and let them share that experience. So like his example he just used, if you had an 8-person boat, your tournament live well will count as 1 person. So you have 7 other slots in your boat you could have somebody on there for. So you have your anglers, your person, your fishing team. And if you have a couple kids that are 15 years or younger that you want to bring up there and let them share in this daytime experience with, do it. Bring them out there, get them on the boat, let them share in this experience, have a good time during weigh-in, whether they fish with you or not. No, it's not limited to 60 boats. We want as many boats we can get out there and get in that parking lot. But if you have your young anglers with you or your children with you, whether they fish with you or not, when you're weighing in fish and you want to call them up there and get your picture taken with them, get them up there and get them in the picture. This is about a positive memory. The catfish, community needs some positive influence out here. Alex's tournaments are very positive. Mine are very positive. So we're going to have a good time. We like to have fun. We like to see the families there. And it just makes it fun for everybody. And so why not do it? It's safety is a concern. That's why we cap it at that capacity to match your boat. Everyone's got to have life vests. Everyone's still going to have 6 rods in the water, and no more than 6 rods in the water. It's 5 fish weigh in. And so let's do it. Let them get out there and get in those pictures, and let's have a good time.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Just the whole event is going to be fun. And I think with me and Tim as directors kind of coming together, maybe throw Lyle in the mix a little bit, bring him out of retirement. Just even on the mics during weigh-in and at the Calcutta the night before, it's like I'm pumped. It's going to be fun. There'll be a lot of jokes. I might say a jolly good time a little too many times, but it will be. And for a first-time event that we've come up with, all from a buddy that called me, it's just really blown up. We've got a little logo that we're working on we posted the other day. We're getting that colored in and kind of fixed up. Justin Thornton Paintings got $500 added to the pot. Spencer Shannon, SS Shannon Company, they got $500 added to the pot. Two Rivers Cattle Feeders got $500 added to the pot. And
Macy's Fish and Fine.
Macy's Fish and Fine's got $250. So we're at $1,750 added to the payout for our first event. Something we've kind of put together, and we're just excited. We're going to try to maybe have some event shirts. We're looking into that. We're just kind of putting all these things together, but it's just the whole event is going to be fun, and I really, really am looking forward to it. And if anybody has questions, definitely, my number's all out there. Text me, message me, call me on Facebook, whatever. The same with Tim and, or Lyle. I mean, Lyle knows all about the stuff. So definitely feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions. But this is an event that you can come to. It'll be fun. It's not just about the fishing. It's going to be just the whole thing. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Definitely like on the hotels, like we were talking about, that hotel's going to sell out. I can guarantee it. So if you want a good hotel where most people are going to be at, there's a couple other hotel options, but this rate, I think we're like at $56. So it's an awesome rate. I've been doing tournaments for a long time, fishing them. I've never seen the rooms match that rate before. So definitely get in on that. And this is a good time of year and a good river for people to come to and catch a personal best. I can promise. I spent a lot of time on the Missouri River last winter and it's fun fishing, and you just never know what you're going to catch in the winter on the Missouri River.
I agree. And I want to commend you guys for putting this together. Both of you coming together and doing this. I mean, working together like this is an outstanding project. You two doing this together, I think that is really a cool deal that you guys got together and put this on as a team effort. You don't see that very much, and I commend you both for doing that. I think it's an outstanding project, and I'm looking forward to it being an annual event. And it's in a great river in a great location, pretty centrally located for a lot of people to be able to make it. And both tournament trails coming together, it should be nothing but a ton of fun for everybody involved.
Yeah, and thanks, Lyle. And it's really with Alex and I talked, quite a bit. And when he called to propose this, that is a reflection of him as a tournament director and what he's trying to do for the catfish community as a whole.
That's right.
And then it starts with everyone coming together. For me, that's how I look at it. When I wanted to start doing tournaments, Lyle, you were there. You lend out a hand right away. We have some sponsors. My sponsors, like Justin Thornton Painting and these other guys, they lend a hand too, give us some advice. Alex has been very helpful. I've learned some things from him on the tournaments. I fished his tournament one time, came back and adjusted mine right away, some of the things we've done. So, hats off to Alex. I don't think he gets enough recognition on that. He's pretty modest on camera. And, so he's like, what did you just say? No, but hats off to Alex for that, reaching out, and I appreciate it. And it's going to be good. And you know what? Someone contacts him. He's got an idea. He reaches out to us. And now we have 30 teams registered that are ready to have a good time in December. That's not too bad, right?
No, it's not. On short notice.
Yeah, on short notice within a few weeks. So
pretty short notice.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad.
Marshmallows for the hot chocolate.
I've seen a couple guys are asking another thing. This event will also be a qualifier for my invitational. So this will be the last time you can qualify for the Twisted Cat Invitational, June 29th, 2019.
And with that, you have to be in the top 5?
You got to be the top 5 up to 50 boats. If there's more than 50 boats, we'll take the top 10.
Okay.
So I'm going to guess that we're going to take the top 10. What do you think, Lyle?
I think so. I think that you're underestimating it. I think that you're going to have a big crowd because how long has it been since either one of you actually had a tournament?
Mine was October 6th in New Madrid.
Yeah, so it's been a month for you. How long has it been for you, Tim?
Oh, since my last tournament?
Yeah.
Late October, I think.
Yeah. So by the time this rolls around, it's going to be at least a month for anybody, and it's going to be a lot longer than that before we have another one in the area, really. People are going to be starting to think about, well, man, how long is it going to be before I get to fish another tournament local? So we better get our butts entered in this tournament. So you guys that are on the fence about this, get your money sent in. It's only $50 to hold your spot.
And $50 to get there. That's not a bad deal. We are going to adopt that all for next year ourselves, my series. So Dwayne, what Dwayne's alluding to over here is we've said if we got to 30 boats, Alex is going to jump in the river. And there is current there. So
yeah.
Like, what are you going to do, Tim? What everyone doesn't realize is Alex and I talked about this in chat with so if I'm not going to ask him to do anything I wouldn't do, or do with them. So we're in solidarity on this here. We have so no, Joe, this is not a qualifier for our tournament champions. Our tournament champions goes for the calendar year. So it does not count as that. So and the reason that is, Joe, so everyone's asking about our tournament champions, is because we are going to do some other events with other agencies next year. So they're going to be kind of off our normal calendar tournament trail, and that's why. So anyway, back to what we were saying about the river. He's like, hey, if we get 30 pre-registered, I'll jump in. We got to 30.
Is that what the deal was? Because I don't know that I made that deal, but somebody did.
I'm pretty sure.
I didn't think it would happen. I really didn't. And I thought, you know what, I'll jump in the river. I kind of had a crazy incident last year fishing the Missouri River. I kind of, got on a sandbar that I couldn't get out of on some high winds. And I had to get knee deep in the water, and it was cold. But, after I started thinking about it, jumping in the Missouri River December 8th, there is a lot of dangers in that. And so I called Tim and I said, hey, this is also could be a good exercise to show the dangers. If you're out there 10 miles away from a boat ramp by yourself, you fall in the water, in the winter with a lot of us fish in the winter, it's extremely dangerous. So I contacted some of I think the state police, Marine Division, and chatted with them. I'd like to I don't want like something crazy to happen if I jump in the water, and I like freeze up or something, but I'll do something because I'm really pumped that 30 teams signed up, and, I said that I'd do it, and I'll back my word. So I don't know that I'm going to jump in the Missouri River,
but we'll fire and rescue also. So we're going to try to tank or something out there.
Something will happen, and I'm sure Tim, he'll do it with me, right?
No, that's what I said. I won't ask you to do anything. I'll do it with you. I will do this with you.
Well, I'm going to tell you
right now. I hate to have done something similar. I can't stand it, but I'm not going to let him jump in there by himself. We're going to go for it. We'll have some fun with it.
Right now, who's not jumping in that river?
I think Dwayne Buckridge is going to be there with us. He's pretty supportive of everything we do.
Yeah. Dwayne, I think he'll definitely be in his swim trunks for sure.
Yeah, I think Dwayne will do
swim trunks, Santa hat.
Dwayne may be grabbing us, pulling us in with him, but I think he's going to be.
Yeah. Well, I'm not jumping in that river. I'm going to tell you that right now. It is not going to happen.
We'll do something. We got to have fun with this. We've got to have fun with it. So
absolutely.
Yeah. I know. See, Dwayne's like, I'll do it.
You guys will be sitting down to pee for a month after that.
Yeah, I know that's right.
I seen Carl asked if there's any dams to lock through. So also in my event, in Tim's, when you guys put in, there's nothing for a long. I don't even think it's possible to hit a dam from where we're going to be, taking off from. So, I don't know with the winter tournament on how far people will go, but people won't. I mean, there might be some people go 70, 80 miles.
It's possible.
So, yeah.
Yeah, bring your extra fuel, things like that, and just plan it out. Go on Google Earth and look at that river, that stretched river out there. And if you have the Google Earth desktop version, it has a timeline, so you can look at that area you're wanting to fish and go back a few years when the river was really low and see what some of that rock structure is, a little more permanent structure may look like. And but you're going to like it out there. I think once people start seeing this weigh in, we're going to try to go for live on the weigh-ins for everything, get you plenty of angles on that. And then I think when people start to see it, they're going to like, yeah, we need to fish this water more.
Yep. It's a great place to fish.
Yeah. What other questions you guys got? Anything? What we didn't cover? We covered the fish, covered the capacity of your boats, the fishing teams, 3-person teams. There's things for your families to do. We're going to have that get-together that Friday night. The hotel room, Lexi Hill's really easy right there. Within a block, there's several restaurants and gas stations for you. Easy to get in and out of town. From the hotel to the boat ramp is just 5 minutes. From the hotel to the bar that we're going to be meeting at that Friday night is just like 3 minutes. And then it's another minute or two to the boat ramp. So I think you guys are going to have a good time. Everything's pretty easy, accessible. There's all kinds of parking room on the grass and stuff like that at the hotel. That's one thing that kind of attracted us to it. And plus, it's newly renovated rooms. They do have smoking rooms. I think those are filling up kind of quick from what we talked to them today. We were at their office today talking directly with them. Yeah, I mean, that's security at the hotel. So, Eric, good question. After I was driving back to Kansas City, I thought of that. We are going to call them. I will call them tomorrow and follow up with the security. It's a sore subject with me because what happened in St. Joe. So we are going to follow up with them on that and work something out with the security part. But you guys are going to have your boats out there. We want to try to watch out for you, and we're going to point that out to them also.
Yeah, we're definitely looking into that. We want everybody to, feel safe with their boat and not have to worry about stuff.
Yeah, the law enforcement guys know we're coming. Like I said, because of the jumping in the river, he's talked with the highway patrol. We do have a regatta permit, so they know things are going to be going on. We have a park permit. The city knows what we're part of. The Visitors Bureau knows what we're doing. We'll talk to local law enforcement too. All this stuff has been happening in the background, behind the scenes. We want it to be a safe and fun environment. We want your vehicles and everything to be protected. So we're thinking for you guys, but keep asking those questions. We're going to do what we can for you guys. Everything we can for you guys. What else is? I don't mind fishing that area still. What else you guys got?
Mr. Rob Gregg's in the house tonight.
So Joe Burkhart asked earlier about biscuits and gravy. We will not have biscuits and gravy out there that morning. He's just teasing me. What else we got?
Well, I think Rob ought to bring them.
What's that?
I think Rob should bring the biscuits and gravy.
So Joe, a little background is we have on our night tournaments in our series, we have breakfast. And a lot of times it's biscuits and gravy and coffee and finger snacks, donuts or cupcakes, whatever it is. And so we had biscuits and gravy, and the Moose Lodge cooked the biscuits. They sponsored the biscuits that tournament. And then Joe brought probably 15, 20 pounds of cooked sausage to add to the gravy that we had. And so everyone ate good. And it was good biscuits. I mean, good gravy. Sausage. It was really, really good. So, so he's thrown in a lot to the tournament on that as it goes. And like the Moose Lodge provided the biscuits. So yeah, he always hits me up on that because we do on our night tournaments, we do have breakfast. On our day tournaments, we have some type of barbecue or hot dogs or something like that. But this is a joint one. And so we're going to have all the hot coffee and everything else. There is places to eat breakfast on the way there. There's actually from the hotel to the boat ramp, you'll pass McDonald's there and other places to eat. So you guys will be able to grab something on the way in. But it's going to be, the one thing I want to emphasize is park your vehicles as straight as you can to maximize the space. It is a 2-boat ramp if things are going well. I would just make sure one's coming out before you put in there, and so the boats don't slip and don't start and hit each other. Just be smart about it. But the way in will go quick. Is when you pull out of and we'll cover it in our meetings. But when you pull out of that ramp, you can pull right up to the weigh scales, and we'll get you weighed in and get you moved back out really quick. So it's a short walk to the ramp, short drive to it's just all right there. Pull out, turn left, you run in front of the scales, weigh your fish. Put them in a cart, move them down the water, and the boat moves the other direction. It goes quick. It's really nice. So the mornings will be fun. It'll be great. Or the evening will be great. And the town comes down. So keep this in mind, guys. The town gets behind these things. You have a good audience out there of everyone coming down to see these fish. They really do. So, we'll be on our best behavior. We'll have some fun. And they may be a little surprised to see a couple wet guys. When Alex and Dwayne get in the water, they'll be a little surprised. Yeah, and Joe's got So Joe, I'll give you a call on that here after tomorrow, probably.
Yeah, Tim and I have to still finish up our plans for Friday night, but we're looking at one of the bar restaurants in town. That'll be where the Calcutta is going to be held, and a dinner. I'm not sure what they serve yet. I don't know if they have a special that night, but we're going to work on all that stuff. Hopefully by the next couple days, we'll have an idea what they're going to be serving, the Calcutta and all that stuff. So yeah, I thought I saw a question on there. Let's see. Anything else, Tim, that we're missing? I think I've covered everything I wrote down.
I think we're good. I mean, guys, if you're not members on our pages, I would suggest you do that so you can see and ask your questions and see what people are talking about. We'll keep you informed. When's our next live feed on that next weekend? We'll put something out for you guys.
Yeah, we'll do something kind of soon. We'll do. We're kind of new to doing the live together on Facebook. Yeah. This YouTube's nice though, having 3 of us, but So yeah, we'll do a YouTube or Facebook Live or something like that.
I've got my YouTube channel, so we'll try it out.
Yeah, once we get a few more things figured out. Sounds fun. Yeah, I wish I could fish a tournament. I'm gonna see if one of you guys will take me out on Sunday. Maybe whoever won the tournament and show me their spots.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
But no, hey guys, definitely don't just think it has to be you and your buddy. I mean, bring your wife, bring your kids. I mean, I've had a lot more kids this year show up to my events, and it's been fun watching some of these kids, get to fish at a live well. I can't wait for my son to start fishing some tournaments with me. So definitely, this is a family event, so this whole thing is going to be fun. You know what I mean? I'm just really, really pumped about it. Really pumped.
We really push that family.
Jolly good time.
We really push that family event, that family angle, and it's important you guys have those positive experiences with your families. They get to see what it's about. And if they're not used to come out and seeing the tournaments, bring them out to this one so then they can see why you guys love it so much, and how much fun it really can be. And we're there the whole time, and we got a trailer with a little office in it, and it has a little heater. And if your kid says, hey, I just want to get on some land, we'll swing them by and drop them off, and we'll throw them in the office and throw them on the heater and give them some hot cocoa and get them all nice and chocolate up and hyper and everything for you.
Get them all amped up.
He'll be ready to really just tell you all about his day when you're driving back home.
That's right. The kids are the future of the sport. That's the way it is.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep, we do. Yep. All right.
I don't see anything new coming in. I think this is a great time, and you guys have put together a wonderful project, and I'm really looking forward to it and the future ones. And it's great. Anybody that needs to get a hold of you can find either one of you on Facebook, either through Twisted Cat Outdoors or All American Catfish. You can contact Alex or Tim, either one, through their personal pages or calling them on the phone. So I see no reason why we can't get these numbers up to 60, 70, 80 boats in this tournament. So let's make it happen, fellas. And thank you guys both for coming on tonight and giving all the information out. Do you have contact information for GNR Bait? Tim, you have contact information for Gerald?
Yeah, so Gerald and them are, let me pull it back up here. They're on Facebook. GNR Bait is on Facebook. Let me get their number for you.
Tournament schedules for next year. Either one of you got them out yet?
I got my dates selected. We'll be posting them here soon. We'll get that here. Okay. Let me get their number.
We're not going to spin the wheel tonight, Tanya. This is a special event, and there's only me in here. No assistants.
Hey, Tanya. Hey, everybody else. Who just asked? So you're getting that. And then the Calcutta is going to be, James, going to be Friday night. We'll have some sort of non-mandatory dinner meeting. Your people will still be able to come Saturday morning and sign up and go fishing. But for the people that are there out of town and people that want to come do the Calcutta and get together and have fun and talk catfish, and we'll do that Friday night. But that is not a mandatory meeting.
There's the number to GNR Bait right there. We do have their card up on our cover photo for our page. GNR Bait on Facebook is there, and their number's posted there too. I would call them. If you need skipjack, if you need shad, call them, give them the quantity you need. He'll give you the prices and everything of it all. Coordinate directly with them for the best, return. If you need live bait, we'll post their information out there. I don't have it off the top of my head right now. So there you go. What other questions you guys got? Just hit us up, and we'll
definitely give us a call. Cliff's asking about my 2019 schedule. I have been working on it for the last 2 months, very hard. So just stay tuned. It'll be out.
There you go.
Yep, they're looking for a Cindy update.
Cindy is doing really, really good. I will let you know that to get the cancer, they cut her from right about the corner of her eye here underneath her eye and over to her cheekbone. They had another spot down here, and they froze it off. But she swelled up pretty good, and it's going to be black and blue for a while. They did get it all, and she's doing very well. You can't keep her down. She won't let me do much to help her out, and that's kind of the way she is anyhow. But she's doing very well. Very proud of the way she conducts herself in any situation. She just does really well. She she come home just like she always did, other than her eyelash hits the bandage, and that's a little irritating, but she's doing very well, and it's not going to slow her down, and she's going to be bruised and swollen for a while. It's probably going to take several months for that to heal back up, but she can't wait to get to the next tournament and go fishing. She's already talking about that was the first question out of the gun when the doctor got done with her. Want to know about fishing up there the 8th, so I'm sure she'll be there.
I like how she thinks.
Yep, and no, she won't eat anything I cook. I offered to do that, and that wasn't working out very good, Cliff. So you can forget about that. And if there's any cinnamon rolls to be made in this house, it'll be her doing it.
Ooh, you know what? We might need to have some cinnamon rolls at the tournament. That sounds actually really good right now.
Sounds really good.
I don't know how she'll be on that, but yeah, she's done very well. And thank you all for all the calls and messages and the concerns with her. It means very much to her, and it means even more to me. But she's doing awesomely well, and she's a very tough lady, and she'll overcome it just like she does everything else. So
yep.
Thanks a lot. It means a lot. Appreciate everybody tuning in tonight and asking all the questions. And Alex and Tim, thank you guys for putting this on. It's going to be a great event. It's going to be a ton of fun. And if we have any luck at all with weather, I look for it to be a great turnout, and we are going to have a blast up there. So Santa Claus suit or not, bells be ringing and people be having a bunch of fun. So we're looking forward to it. So I hope everybody gets up there and has a great time. And I know it's going to be a lot of fun. If we just get any kind of weather to cooperate, be a great turnout. Anything else you guys got to tell everybody?
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Get them entries in, folks. See you Monday night. We're going to have a big show Monday nights. Be sure to be there. Thanks for watching tonight. See you guys Monday night.